What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Felix the Phantom video. And yes, I know this is going to be a little different. My computer's not working at the moment, so I'm here recording it from my phone. But anyways, we are here to review the I Know What You Did Last Summer reboot of 2025. Now, when this movie was first announced, I was a little skeptic because I am a fan of the first two original movies. I Know What You Did Last Summer, 1997, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, that came out a year after the original movie. And overall, I do like those movies. Those movies are kind of fun, quirky. The Fisherman Killer was not really on my top five of Mount Rushmore of killers. I thought the Fisherman was, and he was okay. He's not like iconic and everything, but he's okay. So I do love Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt, as Judy James and Ray Bronson. So those movies were a lot of guilty pleasure for me. So when I heard they were gonna make a new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie for today's era, right? The requels, like they like to say, right? Movies take place after the original, it's a couple years after the original movie and everything, right? Bringing in new characters and bringing back the old characters, right? The original characters. So I was a little skeptical. I went into it's not having a high expectation, going, oh man, this is gonna be one of the best movies of all time. It's gonna be the greatest sequel of all out of all the legacy sequels like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Scream did, right? But now, after watching the film a second time, because I did watch it before, but I want to watch it a second time just to get my thoughts more clearer on where my final rating was going to be. So finally, after watching the movie a second time, my final rating is probably, maybe it's an okay movie. It's niche. It's okay at best, right? It's not the best in the franchise. It's not the best legacy sequel like everybody else has been saying on Twitter and on Facebook. The movie does have some shining moments in it with the fisherman, the kills, and the Carnage Candy. There were some jokes in here that were kind of funny that made me laugh throughout the theater. But this movie is heavily held back by a lot of stupid decisions in movie logic and editing choices that did not make sense. A lot of the dialogue and script writing was not on par as of the original films. So there was a lot of things that held this movie back. But further than that, let's get on to the positives. So the positive things that I do like about this movie is, of course, the cinematography and the lighting of this movie. I do think that this movie does look really well. The shots look fantastic. The cinematography does look phenomenal. Another positives I do have to say are the characters of Ava. She's your main new lead for this legacy sequel, and Ava, she's pretty cool. I like her. She has that final girl type aesthetic to her, and also with her other friends, Danica, Teddy, Milo, Stevie. At the moment, I don't know the actors and actresses' names, so I'm just naming them by character at the moment. But I do think Ava and Danica pretty much are really good final girls. They're really good as characters overall. I think Teddy was, I think, the most funniest person in this entire movie. There's some things that he does or things that he says that's just super fun. I made my entire theater laugh. Milo's a more that careful, loving type of guy. That doesn't want to do the wrong thing. And Stevie, she's the one that that's struggling within the group, that's trying to find her groove, trying to fix her life back together. So the overall group I did like, but the only thing that kind of held them back for me a lot was the script and the dialogue that they were given. Sometimes they talk like Gen Z people. They'll be like, "Hey, that's Stevie over there. Maybe you should go talk to them." And, well, I don't know. Maybe there's something. Remember what her dad did, and it'll cut to a scene where Stevie's going, "Yeah, those are my old friends. They started talking to me ever since my dad did that to me, and yeah, we don't just hang out no more." Like they talk in third person a lot, and it's not very good writing in some sort. Other than that, another positive I would give the movie is, the Fisherman. For sure, as much as I don't really like the Fisherman as a killer in the horror community, I do really like the look of the killer in this movie, because I wasn't really a big fan of the Fisherman slicker look in the original films, because you can see kind of his face and his hands and all that stuff. But this one, they kind of made him look more menacing. They made him the slick looks a lot more pitch black. They did kind of like the Halloween movies went. They hid how they hid Michael Myers' eyes with pitch darkness. So they did that with the fisherman. So the fisherman's face it's pitch black, so you can't see who's underneath the hat or the slicker, right? So I really do like the fisherman in this movie. He is more brutal. He is more has a full menacing look and more menacing presence when he is on screen. So I really do like the fisherman here. Also, his kills are pretty gruesome too. There's about 2-3 kills in here that where I was like, oh dang, like that's pretty hardcore. So I really do like that as the fisherman overall. Now getting to on the things I'm pretty mixed on. I did not really like the usage of Freddie Prinze Jr. and Jennifer Love Hewitt's characters in this movie, which are Julie James and Ray Bronson. Their characters they're okay. I mean, they're in the movie, but they're not there to like give expedition. Especially Jennifer Love Hewitt's character of Julie James. She's only in this movie for like a little bit, and her character she doesn't really do a lot. She's only there for expedition type stuff. You know, she's telling Ava, well, the fisherman is taking something. You know, it's personal to them. You gotta fight and everything. It's like, girl. In the old movies, in your movies, you didn't even fight the fisherman. Mostly you did was ran away. So I don't know why you're telling this character, Ava, the new character who's getting chased by the fisherman, to go back to Southport to fight the killer and go after the killer. So it's like when you yourself didn't do the same thing. So I didn't get that part. I think that part was stupid. And Roy's character, Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character, he's in the movie. You know, he's there to help out the main characters here and there, to help out certain characters, fulfill a couple character arcs. But you know, he's there. So the legacy characters are not all that in the film. Kind of how Dewey, Gale, and Sid were in the Scream franchise. So yeah, if you're there for the legacy characters, you're gonna be very disappointed because they're not really in the movie that much. Another thing I'm really mixed on is the ending of this movie. I think the killer reveal is not, it's okay. I mean, I after watching it a second time, it's alright. I mean, like, I felt like there was a lot of things cut out of the movie, maybe a lot of dialogue or a lot of script writings that were cut out. Cause I've been hearing a lot of rumors that the killer's reveal motivation was to be it was supposed to make a lot more sense and more fleshed out. But because they had to cut a couple of scenes out and a couple of dialogues out from the script and everything. So about watching it, the reveal motivation kind of felt a little flat for me. But hopefully there is like a deleted scenes, you know, that come in the DVD release that expresses or shows more of the motivation behind the person who's behind the fisherman's slicker. So the reveals are okay. You know, they're not that good. You know, they're not better than the first 2 original movies. You know, like, you know, Benson, right? You know, that's kind of iconic for me. So, like, the killer's motivation, they're okay. They're not all that great, but I know some people are going to have, like, a lot of issues with it. Or some people will be like, man, dude, they actually had the guts to do that, you know, and all that stuff. So, it's just okay. Moving on to the negatives. Honestly, the only thing, like I mentioned, the negatives are just the script and the dialogue. You know, there's just some things in here that are just stupid. There's just some things in here that are just stupid. You know, things that characters say, characters do. You know, like the kid, they know that they're being chased by the killer, and they go like, "Oh, I gotta go to work. Well, okay, well, I'm gonna go to the gym all by myself." You know, nothing like, guys, there's a killer going after you. You don't want, you sure you all don't want to stay together? You know, that type of stuff. So, you know, movie logic. I know it's movie logic. It's a slasher, so the slasher they make stupid decisions. I know that, but at the same time, it's just like, come on, dude. Like, how many slasher tropes are we gonna keep doing and repeating over and over and over, right? This ain't Scream, right? That makes fun of metas and tropes like that, right? But overall, guys, that's my final review for I Know What You Did Last Summer Legacy sequel or reboot of the franchise. Like I said, I think it's an okay movie. I don't think it's better than the original. I don't think it's better than the first one. I will say this is a lot better than the third film for sure. And later on, I will be doing a ranking for all 4 movies of I Know What You Did Last Summer movies. And yeah, so I can't wait to show you guys that ranking. And yeah, guys, so my final ratings for I Know What You Did Last Summer is going to be a 6 out of 10. Like I said, it's an okay movie. It's a good / okay movie. It's not the worst of the franchise. It's not like dog crap, like, oh, this is the worst movie. It's not like part 3 type level, but it's an okay, fun movie that you could watch, you could put in, have a good time with it. So I would recommend you go watching this movie, go support it, because I would love to see a sequel, and they're already in talks about a sequel if this movie does well in the box office. So yeah, guys, so what are your thoughts on I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025? Did you guys like it? Did you guys hate it? Do you guys want to see a sequel? Do you guys want to see a continuation of this movie? And I'll catch you all in the next video, guys. Peace.